A fantastic morning, I hope it is for you, the early risers. Good morning. We're coming to you live from the Political Command Center. Beautiful Monday, the 23rd of January, 2023. Here we're ready with the first news update of the day. This is NBS Sunrise, Victoria Bagaya Chigundo to bring you the news this morning. Now, political parties have asked Parliament and the leadership to intensify the training of its members of Parliament on how to conduct business in committees so that they can deliver per expectations. This after the Speaker of Parliament, Annette Among, lashed out at some committees, accusing them of underperforming.
On you, Kosase.
Last week, Parliament accountability committees were on the spot over poor performance, forcing Parliament to instead adopt all reports of the Auditor General.
We are going to adopt all the reports.
To the Forum for Democratic Change National Chairman, Waswabirigwa, the performance is due to an overcrowded House and duplication of committees, which has prevented legislators from prioritizing the needs of the country.
How do you really have a classroom, I'm going to call Parliament as a classroom, and have 5 plus 100 students and 1 teacher and a deputy? And this is what's happening in Parliament of Uganda. I would like to see Parliament cut to the number of, let's say, half of what it is now.
You realize that the same clerk who sits in at the hearing is the same who must generate a report and the same who must sit, and then also has some other assignment by the office of the clerk. So the staffing in terms of a clerk, instead of having a number of MPs whom we don't even need, they should concentrate on reducing the size of Parliament and having more technical people to support the committees as they operate.
Personalization of all matters and prioritizing issues that are not for a priority to the public is what FDC and the Alliance for National Transformation claim to have failed the performance of committees.
Parliament being more involved in personalities, quarrels, accusations about who married who. So it's been personalized too much. That the enormous issues that we ought to be talking about that affect us as citizens are not adequately discussed.
If the two are fighting and the Speaker is with the mandate to expand the technical staff of the committee, if the Speaker does not extend the technical support of the committee, then that means there is no way the committee will ever perform. We shall remain in the cycle. So they must offer leadership and speak to each other.
However, the ruling National Resistance Movement highlights the need to train legislators on how to conduct business if they are to deliver more.
Parliament, in their internal systems, they should find out about the quality of training of the chairpersons, training of the members of Parliament, and also giving them examples of where things have been done differently.
NRM now awaits its whip's report on the performance of committees, which is expected to be taken to the Central Executive Committee to inform change.
We are going to wait for the report of the Government Chief Whip, who is the chairperson of the NRM Parliamentary Caucus. She's the one who makes recommendations to the Central Executive Committee on the designation of members of the committees.
Alex Mogasha, Josephine Namakumbi, NBS Sunrise.
Co-workers have again ganged up against the president of the Uganda Medical Association, Odongo Oledo Samuel, after he led a delegation of medical interns to the president, assuring him of their support. Now, the angry medics have again disowned Dr. Oledo, saying he was long before expelled and are going to summon all their members to sensitize them against what they refer to as unethical tendencies of Oledo. Richard Owing with the details.
The controversial president of the Uganda Medical Association, Dr. Sam Odong Oledo, again led a group of doctors to Kololo airstrip to meet President Yoweri Museveni. Dr. Oledo, who was recently ejected from office, is seen making fresh pledges to the head of state as president of UMA.
Twasomera bwerere, watusasira bwerere, watuwa ekyokulya. Your Excellency, tukusuubiza ate in all aspects twagala tukuwa mwaka gumu oba community service mu malwaliro mu byalo eyo
And that's where your idea of some initial free service, as long as you get some basics, makes a lot of sense. So I'm going to take it up.
A faction of the Federation of Uganda Medical Interns United and UMA have all distanced themselves from Oledo.
The leadership of Dr. Oledo and his friends, they told medical students that they are going to discuss with the president about how interns can be deployed after working. And to the surprise, when they reached there, it was a different scenario.
They suspended him from the association for over 4 years. So I don't want to talk about him. Whatever he does going forward for us as doctors is not representative of us.
With medics guided by key professional principles of service above anything else, fellow medics, including the former health minister, Emmanuel Otala, finds Dr. Oledo out of order.
And one of the items really in the public service standing orders is that civil servants should do, as much as possible, try to be apolitical. You shouldn't show your political inclination.
Others say the problem is beyond Dr. Oledo, saying it is the NRM agenda to politicize and penetrate all professional bodies, including doctors.
When there was discontent because of the welfare quest within the profession of medicine, and there was industrial action, he failed to have it controlled until there was dialogue. He doesn't want people to sit at the same table with him to make negotiations.
Perhaps maybe they were not properly oriented, that they must not publicly express their political inclination.
Richard Olweng, NBS Sunrise.
Well, away from that, the agro-processing plants that were constructed by the government to help farmers add value to the agricultural produce in Busia district have not yielded results. This after the district local government opted to utilize the facilities as a local revenue generation base by tendering it to private farms that have since abandoned the facilities over failure to foot electricity bills. Take a look.
This structure, located just a few kilometers away from Sikuda sub-county in Busia district, was constructed in the financial year 2014-2015 by government under the Community Agriculture Infrastructure Improvement Program. The agro-processing plant was basically meant to help farmers add value to their maize. But by chance, the facility cost the government over 250 million shillings. The district technocrats allegedly went ahead to tender it out to a private investor for management at 3 million shillings a year.
What they are doing is to tender out the machine without any contribution of the sub-county, or asking us, is there any community member who is willing to take the tender? Of course, as the chairman, I have the people who are interested.
But 1 year later, the investor abandoned the facility after failing to clear power bills of over 4.2 million shillings, leaving the valuable machines to rust.
2 years it is not working because of electricity.
At Lunyo sub-county, a similar value addition plant was constructed at a cost of 250 million shillings, was also privatized.
This is ideally wrong. The purpose is value addition. The purpose is job creation. But all these can be effectively arrived at when the management is proper. The intention of government is empowering the community.
Locals claim its impact hasn't been felt yet.
We thought that now, maybe these investors are now going to begin buying our produce from the local producers, so that they can begin bring our produce to the machine to process. But instead, we could only see these investors moving out, buying the produce from out of our sub-county, processing it from here, and after processing, they take away.
I don't have even a mandate to stand here and say that my local community people are benefiting.
Our attempts to speak to the district technocrats regarding the allegations of tendering the facility to private investors was futile as they asked for more time. But to the resident district commissioner, Busia, the decision was wrong.
If we had the real farmers who are in production managing this, they would appreciate the reason and the concerns as to why they should sustain.
He insists the agro-processing facilities must be handed back to the farmers as planned by the government.
I am moving forward to advising the management of the district to ensure that they entrust, they empower the local communities to manage these facilities.
Away from these projects, there was a Cereal Value Addition plant that cost the government over 15 billion shillings has not been used for 1 year now after the Ministry of Trade failed to procure a service provider to manage the facility. Failure to utilize this facility that was meant to feed Busia Central Market with finished goods ready for consumption has left farmers into the hands of middlemen who have continued to cheat them.
The process has been a bit slow. It has taken some bit of time. Yes, it has taken some bit of time. It would have been so good, so better, if procurement of a service provider to manage the facility had been decentralized.
Shamim Nawakoza, David Ocheng, NBS, live at 9.
Now, away from that, the delayed completion of the Kibiro-Bukunyu Road continues to risk residents of Kibiro following a failed promise from the Ministry of Works and Transport to work on the road in a period of 2 to 3 months. Despite the pressure from the locals, Hoima District Local Government says it has nothing to do since the matter was taken over by the Works Ministry following the queries from the contractor. Well, we'll be playing you that story at a later stage. Let's now concentrate on the 37 years of NRM and the contribution to the health sector. Now, for the past 37 years, the National Resistance Movement has led Uganda through most violent and turbulent storms when it comes to Uganda's health sector. Through this time, NRM has come under attack over meager funding of the sector. According to Professor Omwasa, renowned medical expert, the NRM government, which we're talking about, deserves 80% credit for rebuilding the sector, but needs to do more when it comes to health funding and prioritization.
The year 1986 is the course that ushered in the ruling National Resistance Movement into power after overthrowing the Tito Okello government.
I think this is a fundamental change in the politics of our country.
By the time
for a while, the NRM government, they focused in regaining and maintaining peace in the country, and the health sector did not become an immediate priority. So it was not until about 88, 89, that's when they established the Owori Commission, which looked in detail into the health sector in Uganda.
Professor Maswa notes that under the ruling government, Uganda's lifespan has greatly improved with better maternal health care, immunization programs, as well as the aggressive campaigns against malaria and HIV/AIDS.
NRM government has performed quite well compared to other countries because all the indices have improved. Life expectancy, infant mortality, maternal mortality. But it doesn't mean that they have achieved SDGs and also the indicators which are on our own Vision 2040. We are still very far from there.
To date, we have 5 national referral hospitals. We have 5 specialized hospitals handling all kinds of specialized services. And we have 16 regional referral hospitals. We are able to handle cardiac conditions. We are able to handle cancers in the country, and our Cancer Institute is a center of excellence for East Africa, we are able to handle the majority of the orthopedic cases.
NRM takes credit for its effective handling of highly infectious diseases including Ebola, Marburg, and recently COVID-19. Dr. Cheng commits to the continued investment in the health infrastructure across the country in order to achieve the goal of a modern and resilient healthcare system.
And this is to ensure that the community is within between 4 to 5 kilometer reach of a health facility, so that if there is any emergency, they can quickly get to a health facility.
Uganda's health budget has for long dwindled between 5% to 8.5%, and this does not allow the sector to offer the desired services.
Health sector budget has remained fairly static. When I was Director General, we were spending as a country as a whole about $60–65 per capita. We are now around 36–40 per capita, and that is a big problem. We need to mobilize additional resources for health.
75% of our disease burden is communicable diseases. They consume a lot of funding that is sent to the health sector. And so we still need to emphasize prevention to address the 75% disease burden that is preventable. But we also need to focus a lot on the non-communicable diseases that are now on the rise, together with the road traffic accidents that take a lot of our budget.
Uganda's health system has both private and government-funded facilities, all regulated by the government. As of today, Uganda has 48 general hospitals, 16 regional referral hospitals, 5 specialized hospitals, and 5 national referral hospitals, with many in need of a facelift and machinery upgrade.
Some are in a very bad state, but over the years, many of them have been receiving resources to facelift the hospital. Nearly all of them have been receiving resources. Some of the very bad hospitals include Masindi, Kambuga, Bujiri, Apache, and many others.
In Vision 2040, Uganda desires to have access to affordable and quality healthcare and education services. Ugandans aspire for health, literate, and well-informed society. Henry Mugenyi, NBS Sunrise.
Well, NBS Sunrise, we take a short commercial break. When we return, we have more stories for you. Stay tuned.
Explore, enjoy, and dance to the latest content, beats, and kawozi from Uganda and beyond. Simply go to your Play Store or App Store right now, find Afro Mobile, download it straight to your phone, and get started. Is it TV you want? Simply open the app, click on TV, select the channel you want, and watch live. Are you busy right now? Then check out On Demand or enjoy in your free time. Afro Mobile. The future is now.
Ebyobufuzi bya Uganda biddukanga kalimi kassaawa. Buli kiseera wabaawo ekipya. Tuganoonya okuva gye gatandikira ne tukwata ku bitiisa. Gasakibwa bamanyi ne gasengejjebwa abakugu. Tukozesa tekinologiya owa waggulu